Hello guys, today I will talk about chapter 3 of Reality Quest. Now without wasting more time, let's begin. In this video, we see Jamin who is saying to a bull named Manchun, "Oh Manchun, you really look like a killer." Then Manchun replies to this and says that yes, it is true that I look like a killer. Because when I was coming here, I was dealing with some people and their blood got on my clothes. Anyway, what happened to him? Why are you moving like a washing machine? Our store has now given you a new pant, don't you have anything to do with it? And all this he is telling Zihan. And here we can see that poor Zihan's people have made a chair and this bull is sitting on it. And on top of that, this bull is saying that if you make me fall, I will kill you. And after seeing all this, Jamin is having a lot of fun. He says with a smile that I have never seen anything more funny than this. I feel like I have come to a circus. But none of these things make any difference to our boy Do-Han. Because he got such a quest in which he had to break Jamin's head. And on top of that, he was already scared to see this Logan Lee. He was just praying in his mind that he would somehow get out of this place. And then this pig comes to him and says that we will talk about everything else later. But first tell me this, did our boy really lose with this cover? Dude, it just looks like a skull to me, nothing more than that. Then Jamin replies to him and says that no, brother Do-Han is really strong. No one in our gang will have as much strength as this guy has. On the other side, our boy Do-Han is constantly in this dilemma that if he breaks Jamin's head, then these people will kill him. And if he doesn't do this, he won't leave the penalty buffalo. He is just constantly thinking that the way he broke Kyle Wu's face, if he can use the same skill again, then he can easily deal with this situation. But the biggest problem was that he couldn't use this skill because it was locked. Where Do-Han is thinking all this in his mind, then Jamin asks him, "Hey Do-Han, I have to ask you something. If you were really so strong from the beginning, then why did you get so much bullied by that ass named Kyle Wu? Because if you wanted, you could have used your strength to knock him out before. After all, why were you so worried about him?" Now, of course, Do-Han could not tell that he has defeated Kyle Wu by using a gaming skill. So he tries to make some excuses, but in the meantime, Jamin says again, "Yes, maybe you have your own reasons. And I will not force you to tell me all that, but come on, leave all this. I have a great offer for you. Whatever happened to you, leave all those things behind and come and join our gang. Because we really need your strength. And if you really join us, then we will really take over the entire Guana district. That too very easily." Where this offer was very good, Do-Han does not say anything about it. Because here our boy will think and answer. He just thinks in his mind that what is this ass saying? In reality, the Guana district is not a joke. That whoever comes and takes it, this guy will die himself and make me die too. Do-Han is thinking all this. Jamin says again, "Do-Han, don't worry. We are not going to make you do all this for free. We will give you cigarettes, alcohol, money, girls, whatever you say. You will get all that luxury, which you can't even think of. You just have to join us. You just have to say yes once." Do-Han was not a greedy boy. He is not going to fall for all these things. He clearly says that he does not want any of these things, because his interest is only in games. And he says more than this. He thinks in his mind that I should not hang out with bullies like these, which bothers others. But Jamin says again, "Do-Han, you should think again. Because do you want to live your old life again? Becoming a game shutter, where people used to come and bully you, used to make you a substitute gamer. Think Do-Han, think. If you join us, then you can take revenge on all those bullies who had harassed you in the past. And not only that, you will also become a bully yourself. And you can make others do whatever you want." And after saying all this, Jamin leaves from there. And these things have left a deep impact in Do-Han's mind. Because Do-Han may not fall in the name of things, but he was also tired of his loser life. And he also wanted to move on from all these things. Anyway, Do-Han thinks about this offer. Until then, Jamin interprets it and says, "Do-Han, I have something for you. Actually, when you bumped into me in the morning, then I accidentally got your key. I didn't pay attention to it and took it for myself. And this is the same key that Do-Han got as a reward. Instead of defeating Kiholmu." Do-Han says thank you, but Jamin doesn't listen to his thank you. He says directly, "Do-Han, listen to me. I don't think you should hang out with people like Jamin." And when Do-Han asks him why he did this, then he says, "I don't think you are a bad person. Unlike Jamin and the bull that is roaming there." And after hearing this, Do-Han also realizes what he was going to become a few seconds ago. What was he going to do? But before he could think of anything else, a system window pops up in front of him. It was clear that if Do-Han did not break Jamin's head in 3 minutes, then he would have to pay a penalty. And Do-Han, who was already torn, after reading all this, he gets even more torn. He starts shaking in his place. He starts shivering. But Do-Han also had a little self-respect. He didn't want to come in this condition in front of the girls. That's why he makes an excuse to make a phone call and gets out of the room. As soon as we see Do-Han in the next scene, Do-Han is in a staff room, which also has a storeroom written on it. And there Do-Han was fully prepared to take his punishment, where he couldn't make a sound from his mouth. That's why he had a cloth in his mouth. He had his hands together and spread his legs. The system window was constantly popping up in front of him, on which it is written 30 seconds, 29 seconds, 28 seconds. The time was getting less and less, and Do-Han was getting torn. And the scene shifts from here. We see the same party scene where they were partying, and then we see this fat guy, whose name I have forgotten myself. He suddenly feels like singing. He asks for a mic to sing, but there is no mic here. Now the scene shifts to Jamin, who has just come out of the bathroom. And he says, "Man, my stomach is very bad. I don't know what I ate." But this guy doesn't have a stomach. There was going to be a lot of damage to it. Because in the next scene, we see Do-Han, who is standing just behind it with the mic. And he strikes so hard with this mic on Jamin's head that Jamin literally spits out of his mouth and falls a little far. And then he becomes unconscious. And really, man, I will also fully agree with Do-Han here. Because what Do-Han did, he really needs a lot of courage to do it. Do-Han could have gone from here if he wanted, because his quest was finally completed. But he thinks what will happen to Zihan if he goes from here. Because that tattooed pig is still in the same room where Zihan was. And Do-Han knew that if Jamin didn't go back soon, then that pig would definitely do something wrong with Zihan. And that's when this pig got a message on his phone, which was sent by Jamin. And there was abuse written in it. Not one or two, but a lot of it, which makes this guy crazy. And all these abuses are written by our Do-Han, who is sitting on Jamin with Jamin's phone. And he was constantly provoking this pig against Jamin. And Do-Han is happy thinking about all this. But as soon as he turns around, that pig is standing right behind him, and literally seeing this guy. And that's when a system window pops up in front of Do-Han, on which it is written, "Emergency quest, you have to get ready for the fight quickly, because you have to defeat this monster called Menchiakyuk. Your fight with him is going to start very soon. But before this, Do-Han could have done something to us." Bro, this guy kicks him. Do-Han rolls over and hits a wall. This pig picks him up and says, "Bro, you should have known one thing. That whenever Jamin drinks, he never messages anyone. He directly calls the phone. Anyway, what will you do knowing this? Because you are going to die here today." And while saying this, he punches Do-Han very hard, as if Do-Han's nose breaks, and blood starts coming out of his mouth. Do-Han is going behind this punch. That's when this guy grabs his head, and starts slapping Do-Han's face. Bro, literally, he has made a paratha of Do-Han's face. He beats Do-Han and says, "Bro, you are not strong for an hour. Why was Jamin so crazy after you? And what happened to this Jamin? Why is he lying there and sleeping?" But as soon as this guy notices the dent on the mic, he understands that Do-Han has knocked Jamin out with the help of a mic. And seeing this guy says, "Bro, you are really a coward who attacked from behind and broke Jamin's head." And after hearing all this guy is not going to be calm. He throws Do-Han on the stairs, as if Do-Han falls down. And that's when the golden key falls out of Do-Han's pocket, which Do-Han got as a reward after defeating Kyle-Wu. Do-Han picks up the key and thinks in his mind, where did he put this key? How is it used? And that's when the system window pops up in front of Do-Han, on which it is written, "Shouldn't a key fit in a keyhole?" That's when a keyhole appears in front of Do-Han, which had a lot of skills on it, but there is a question mark everywhere. And at the top is the same skill by which he broke Kyle-Wu's face. Do-Han puts that key in his keyhole, and unlocks it, and suddenly we see a lot of lights. After which the scene shifts, and we see Menchok, who is trying to pick up Jamin, but suddenly he notices that Do-Han is standing behind him. And here Do-Han was doing full aura farming, because there was smoke coming out of his back. I mean, there was no smoke coming out of his back. Actually, the atmosphere there was very cloudy and shiny. And in front of Do-Han, again a system window pops up, on which it is written, if Do-Han avoids a fight with Menchok, then he will have to give a penalty again. And in this situation, Do-Han and Menchok had come face to face, where Mention is fully excited to make Do-Han a dog. And in the next movement, these two people charge in towards each other, where Menchok prepares his punch with a smile. On the other hand, Do-Han, who is constantly coming down the stairs. Lightning is also coming out of his shoes, and the aura here has gone completely 1000 plus.